A lot of people have asked me about turning that valve back there, and you know what? I think I'm going to do it. Welcome back to the Scale Builders Guild. Thanks again for watching. Today we're doing a first look, review, and build of the new Traxxas TRX-4 Sport Kit. While this is a TRX-4 Sport at its base, I would highly recommend that you take a look at the kit, as the kit offers a lot of substantial extras that the RTR does not deliver. Building a kit is probably the best part of RCing for me. I always prefer to build a kit over having an RTR. There's just something about knowing how it all goes together and knowing that you built it yourself that makes this a much more enjoyable experience overall. With that in mind, let's move forward. Let's take a look at how this kit went together. It's been a long time since Traxxas has offered a kit. I know that they offered one on the original TRX-4, but I've had zero experience building a Traxxas kit, so this was a first for me, and I have to say it was a very, very, very pleasurable experience. That sounds creepy. I'd like to start by showing off the manual. The manual is really, really great. It's full color. There are multiple angles shown for maybe a more complicated step, so you see how the part would go together in the X and the Y, maybe even the Z view.
Well, ooh-la-dee-da, Mr. Frenchman.
Sorry, Z view. All the parts that are for each step are in each respective bag, so you don't have to hunt around for a bearing from bag A to go with step 18. It's all packaged individually per step, and I always prefer when that happens. You may remember in the G-Made review that I did, all the parts were just in bags, and it was impossible. You had to search and hunt and find. This one, all the parts you need are in each step, and it's a really great way to package things. One really cool thing of note that I haven't seen anybody else touch on yet is that all of the screws that require thread lock are pre-thread locked. They've already got a little dab of thread lock on them, and that is such a huge time saver. And it's a really nice little feature. It's one of those things that separates a good kit from a great kit, and that is a really great little touch, and I have to give kudos to Traxxas for that, because that's pretty awesome. Another great bonus to this kit is that all the links and shocks are pre-assembled, so you don't have to do any fiddling with threading rod ends onto the links. You don't have to assemble shocks. It's already done for you. I just love that, and yeah, it's a small thing and it does take away a little bit of the actual building, but there is still so much to do on this that just having those things done for you already from the factory is a really nice bonus. Another note on those shocks, Traxxas includes both the white and the orange spring rates, so they are different. You should pay attention to that. You do have to make sure that when you do the final assembly on the shocks that you're putting the right shocks on the right corners. There are no parts trees in this box. Everything is already separated from the little, injection molded bits. They're all ready to go, which is another really nice feature. You don't need to clip things off. It takes some of the humdrum part of building and gets rid of it. And I really, really like that, because it also reduces the amount of waste and the amount of stuff you're throwing away at the end. After the entire building, there is the box, the manual, some plastic bags. That's all that remains in terms of parts. Everything else gets used in the truck, and that is pretty great. Having built a lot of kits in my day, I am always kind of ready for something to kind of throw you for a loop, and there was nothing in these instructions that really stumped me or left me kind of scratching my head. Everything just kind of went together very, very well. And if you've never built a kit before, I would have no trouble recommending this one to you. It is very easy to put together, and you will be very satisfied with the results in the end. In total, I think I spent about 2.5 hours putting it together from start to finish. If you're new to building, Traxxas includes a lot of really interesting touches to make it easier on you during the build process. A lot of their parts are directional and actually have arrows or molded in words that say exactly where that part is supposed to go and in which direction it's supposed to be mounted. It's a small thing, but it's a big deal. The additional accessories that Traxxas includes are pretty great. The roll cage, adventure box cage, whatever you want to call that thing on the back, has functional sand ladders, tools, fire extinguisher, Rotopax fuel cells, snorkel, side mirrors, a front and rear bumper, light buckets, molded plastic grill. They even add a faux winch on the front and all the D-rings. Side sliders as well. This is honestly, out of the box, this is pretty much ready to go. Add your own electronics and we're done. Once you've added all these accessories and this cage to the body, it becomes very rigid. A lot more rigid, in fact, than the RTR. Another reason that I think this is a much better value is all of these things are included, and there's a ton of additional plastic here that makes this kind of filled out and flushed out and more of a proper truck. The tires come pre-mounted on the wheels, but not glued, so if you don't end up wanting to use those tires straight out of the box, you don't have to. You can even change the foams out. If you do like these tires, it's nice that they give you that option straight out of the box. The clear Lexan body is the same body that you would get in the TRX-4 Sport. It is unpainted, but it is pre-cut and drilled for all of the accessories and the body mounts to be used later on. That's a nice touch, of course, and it's the second time I think I've seen that, and the first time was in the Vanquish kit, so it's nice to see other manufacturers are jumping onto this idea of pre-cutting and pre-drilling their bodies. Some people don't have a lot of experience with that, and if you drill it wrong the first time, you've hooped yourself. While it looks really good in its finished state, I do think that this platform offers a lot of potential for making a truck even more unique and more your own. And with that in mind, I think it's the perfect candidate for the next budget build-off between myself and Josh from Harley Designs. If you're familiar with the budget build-off series, it's where we take an existing truck, either RTR or kit, similar to this, and spend $50 each week upgrading that truck and making it our own. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to have a ton of potential in it. Not only was Traxxas very cool to send out the kit, but they also sent along one of their LiPo batteries and their Easy Peak Live dual charger to charge said battery. They also included one of their new high torque waterproof metal geared servos, which is pretty great. I'm really excited to give that one a shot. I have zero experience with their batteries or their chargers, so I'm definitely gonna have to give this a go. So my thanks to Traxxas for sending out this very cool TRX-4 Sport kit. I had a lot of fun putting this together. It's a really simple build and a very versatile platform that I think is going to offer a lot of cool possibilities in the upcoming budget build-off. Why don't you put a comment down below and tell me what you think the first week's upgrade should be. Of course, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get updates anytime a new video is released here on the Scale Builders Guild. Looking forward to doing another build-off with Josh. I think it's going to be a blast. The first one was amazing. Can't wait to get into this one. Thanks so much for watching. See you again soon.